Justin, hi. Love if you're here. And getting ready to start your reading. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I read tarot, first of all. So that way nothing takes you by surprise. I am an intuitive reader. So that means that, and I'm a jump reader, which means I don't draw the cards. I let them fly out as directed by the energy, which is yours, by the way. So a lot of times my readings will confirm, verify what is going on right now that might be on your mind or in your field of concern, and offer some guidance and suggestions on how to move through, move past, because whenever there's something we're struggling with, it can be a block in our forward movement. So that's the purpose of my readings. At the end of each reading, I do draw an oracle card. I am outside. If you notice a disruption in the video, it's probably because I had to relocate it. Looks like it might storm. But in your case, I'm not feeling called to do a particular spread, so it will be pretty much intuitive as your energy guides me. I do read the oracle cards at the end from the books, as I explained, because those messages are so reflective of an individual circumstance that I like people to get the full message rather than interpret. Did get into your energy, and I will assume you know what this is about. There is a medium, maybe kind of long hair, black and white tuxedo cat, would not leave my field of vision. So I don't know if that's something that resonates with you. That's just what kept showing up and would not go away. I don't know if you have such a cat, but if you, or had, but if so, then, you know, he or she is around in some way. I'm not sure, to be honest. I just get the visuals and not really a whole lot of information. So just a black and white, medium to long hair. I want to say more of a medium hair tuxedo cat. So let me know if that means anything to you. I got pulled first to pull one card or whatever comes out from the Osho Zen deck that may provide guidance. So again, they're intuitive. I go by where your energy guides me. So you may notice as I'm selecting decks, I'm hovering to feel for what it is you are basically telling me. So, and without further ado, here we go. Adjusting Maki. Clear. Unbiased. Oh, and I also, you'll notice, obviously, I do not present myself on camera, and that's because I'd rather people pay attention to the message from the messenger. I'm getting something about your music career, Justin. So that may end up being the focus of this reading. Wow. I do generally read reversals. These cards do not have reversals. Okay. Looks like you may be, so the initial here, looks like there's been some transition, it feels like. I don't feel like this is all present. I feel like some of this may be past. We've got 2 9s. Sorrow and laziness. And I have a feeling this is maybe related to change and maybe trying to stack on too much. -1. Yeah, like maybe there was a period of emotional block. Maybe some conflicts with thought and emotion. And it kind of had you maybe stuck for a little while. And I feel like this is your present energy. Slowing down. Taking your time. Going within. And this allows the creative space that was commented about yesterday. That inner light and creativity. So I feel like this is where you are. And this is where you're heading. I feel like this is an inner journey. And of course, so it influences everything else external. Yeah. This is that transition of coming out of the space that you actually posted about originally with the check-in. The struggles, the fears, the self-doubt, that kind of caused this sort of depressive, stuck. It's not really laziness. It's more like just a lack of energy, motivation, internal drive, and it's just a block. And there was this movement that's called to find your inner connection, so to speak. And you're still in that energy, I feel like. So, let's see what else they have to say, shall we? I'm getting a message, Justin. Watch out for vanity. You know, in the performance industry, there's a certain level that's demanded, required. But I'm getting a message to watch out for how much that goes from what is expected by the external world to the internal. Make sure it's a cloak you take off. Is what I'm being told. Messages for Justin Maki, please. Unbiased, clear. Still stuck there. Yeah, it's some kind of blockage going on for sure. Anything else? Right. Anything else? For this maybe another. Way too many, guys. 2 more tops. What is that stuck? I feel like there's going to be some clarifying that needs to happen here, Justin. One more. Thank you. Manifesting good. I knew that. I'm definitely going to have to clarify because this is a little bit all over the place. Some conflicting energy. Some imbalance. Let's find out what that's about. King of Cups, please, in reverse. What was the King of Cups before? Ah. Five of Cups in reverse, please. Okay. 10 of Wands, please. Two for that one. Got a twofer. Eight of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles in reverse, please. Big transition there. Page of Swords reverse, please. Temperance reverse, please. Temperance in reverse, please. Somebody's impatient. Magician, please. Good. For a break, maybe. All right, let me get the overall story here. Okay. There's a theme going on here. Transformation. Big time. This is a good read. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that at some point there was, I'm not sure if this is still occurring, if you're still a little bit in this energy. I almost feel like you might be, where cups are about emotions, water energy, King of Cups, somebody who's blocked in their emotions, clarified by the King of Pentacles, which is a very earth-based, external, money, material kind of, it's a balanced energy, but it's very external, not much internal, whereas emotions is, very much connecting to what is within. And for a lot of, males, that can be a challenge depending on how you were raised. So there was more of a focus on what could be gained and earned from the outside, what you could provide, what you could give materially versus giving to yourself within. So there was a little bit of imbalance here. And it looks like you might be starting to come out of that, or at one point you started to come out of that. 5 of Cups is about loss, and it can be loss of a relationship, it can be a loss of an experience, it can be a loss of all kinds of things, but it's reversed. So this is upright, and it's in reverse, so it's coming out of a sense of loss to the 10 of Cups, which is ultimate fulfillment with the emotions. It is coming into union and completion emotionally. So something occurred where you just turned a corner and really started looking for that emotional piece that was missing prior to that. And really started pursuing that connection with your emotional self. Here, there was a period of stagnation and burden, which would actually be very reflective of this laziness and sorrow that came out initially. So this is all, 10 of Wands is, you see how she's holding up like the whole world on her shoulders, for others to achieve and succeed and live in comfort. The Hangman is about perspective, but it's reversed. So it's a stuck 5 of Pentacles. Nothing's really happening. It's a stagnant period. It's kind of not much going on. So I feel this is really very much where you were in this sorrow. And this sorrow, wow. This sorrow right here, this is what's being come out of right here in these 2 cups. Cups, oh my gosh, cards. You still have some work to do, though. This feels like there's that 8 of Pentacles is about working, creating, building something on the outside. So this is not yet being there, but there's a desire for home. Pardon my cards, they got a little damaged. But that sense of home, stability, family, of a solid emotional foundation. But it's not coming into being yet. I feel like instead of this being an external working for, even though Pentacles is usually external, maybe the opportunity hasn't appeared to work towards yet. Because of this coming out of this period of sadness and stagnation. So this is all transitional. And here is the big turn right here. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Again, double confirmation. That's what this one is, that stagnation. And you can also see it's also about isolation. It's about loneliness. It's about being left out in the cold, abandoned. And you can kind of see she's kind of sitting there crying by herself. There's a lot of sorrow in this card, and there's coming out of it. And Death is all about transformation. It's a big transformation, usually an internal one, death and rebirth. Death has to come first before there can be rebirth. So I do feel like this is all past mostly, but there's still some transitional things going on in the emotional body. Page of Swords, his defensiveness, protection, and Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come in. So there's a release. There's a release of, I feel like, this King of Pentacles, this attachment to the external. I feel like it was a defensive mechanism to protect the emotions, maybe, from being hurt. A lot of people do it, where work and material and money and all of those types of things, it's a distraction. It's a distraction from feeling what we're feeling inside. It's a very good one. But I feel like you're letting that down and just kind of being still. And this slowing down right here. I feel like this is where you're at, where you're just connecting with yourself and getting out of this King of Pentacles and moving out of this phase of stuck. This is a very good reading. A lot of movement, but not too fast. Temperance and Two of Wands. This is all about impatience, though. Both of them are in reverse. So Two of Wands is usually taking the first steps, moving forward, but it's in reverse with the Temperance, which is about waiting for divine timing. It's an inner balance of the energy. You can kind of see sort of the water, fire, which is emotion, thoughts, and it feels like there's a little bit of impatience, of I'm kind of done waiting for what's coming. No, I take that back. I take that back. There is an impatience there. An imbalance, but I feel like this Two of Wands is actually more of that slowing down, the not waiting, trying to move out of waiting and expecting into allowing for it to just show up. But because we're human beings, there is some of that inner impatience still. So it's kind of this is where you, as in reverse, this is where you are, but this is what you're working on, is this not waiting, not expecting, having put in the work, and moving into more of a everything will be as it's intended to be. Magician. Manifestation. Tapping into your true inner self. And coming out of the shadows of within. Not hiding from yourself. Accessing all that is within without fear or hesitation. I'm actually going to pull a couple more cards because, you know, the one thing that we have, the slowing down that's shown up. We have the sorrow that's shown up. And we have the stuck laziness that's shown up. Creator is right here in this manifestation. The inner light. And that's what's coming next. Walking away from the past. That's what you're walking away from. Yeah. And I feel like there's more. I feel like there's more for you, Justin. Just a minute. What else do you have to say? What do you have to say about the Creator? No. What do you have to say about the Creator, please? Probably the messiest tarot reading you've ever seen, huh? Creator. What do you have to say about the Creator for just a minute? Sometimes I usually read from this one too. It is a tarot deck, but it's a very unique one. Tell me about the Creator. Manifestation. Making. Creator is highest and greatest good. Highest and greatest good. What do you just That's not what it was. These also do not have reversals. Where's Lovers? This one I may not need much anything else for just a minute. Anything else? Need my hands to work, right? That would be helpful. Just for just a minute. Cups. I have not actually pulled these cards from this deck before. The challenge might be a decision that has to be made. And it may result in some conflict, which was also mentioned. So, forest lovers. Sounds like you might have somebody coming in if they aren't already there. The balance the suits of bows and arrows in the elements of fire and air, and represent the willing interchange of energy that creates the fertile consciousness. This is why I read them, because they're pretty long. I skipped some to try and keep it shorter. Earth energies which meet the descending energies of the sky. The forest lovers create a spark of life that generates a third force or energy. Arum lilies, or lords and ladies as they are also known, are in flower this period of belting. They symbolize the male and female union at this time of year and the generative energies that bring fruitfulness and harmony within the cycle of the year. The forest lovers represent both balance in relationships and the sexual union between two polarized individuals. This in itself encompasses the love of all nature, both human and ecological, as well as that of individuals. We are each holographic fractions of the universe containing the whole of creation and archetypes of the major arcana within us to greater or lesser degree. As we enter the great forest of life itself, we seek emotional richness and harmony at the deepest level. That would have been that 10 of Cups. Yeah. Emotional fulfillment and harmony. From this, love blossoms, entwining us ever more deeply of being where differences vanish, and the dross of greed and possessiveness is burned away in the sweet fires of life. Loss and possessiveness. Well, that was kind of everywhere with that. Here we go. One for the sorrow. All these. Loss. True love comes from the joining of two polar energies to create a third force or consciousness. It is an interchange of energy and passion, not the surrender or domination of either, but a voluntary exchange of willpower and respect. We must learn to embrace and befriend all the states of our personality, male and female, light and dark, to be truly whole. This process allows the natural flow of the cycles of the seasons within our own persona. That interchange of energy, that would be those slowing down cards. And this is trying to just allow. If we fail to welcome all the archetypes into our own house, that would be that 9 of Cups. Where is it? Here it is. Out into our own house. They become disowned and troublesome, like mental poltergeists gently tapping on the window, seeking to be acknowledged. That would again be that sorrow and that stuck. that was there before. With there's the Five of Pentacles. Where is it? The Ten of Wands. Tapping on the window, seeking to be acknowledged. There are no gender politics here. We find balance for our personality through our relationships as we move on. Some men are creative and sensitive and are balanced by a strong huntress. Some women are nurturing and artistic and are balanced by self-motivating male. The physical gender may vary, but the polarity will function or fail. To truly love, we must be truly whole. We must accept every aspect of our individual personality, as well as accepting the same wholeness in another person. The polarity may vary from day to day, moment to moment, but truly whole person has seen all the fractured elements of their own personality and can deal with them in another. The joy of union is seamless and easy. Love is its own reward. On a personal level, love is a universal gift to the generous heart, and the seeker will find balance through inner harmony and healing. Polarity is the key element in the natural ebb and flow of emotional commitment. The Force lovers represent a positive spiritual force of creative emotional energy and a universal desire for harmony. The inhabitants of the Greenwood, that's the name of the deck, revere and respect the rights of love as the force that ensures the unfolding cycle of creation and emotional stability. That's a Ten of Cups again. Always bring the light of love with you. Allow it to illuminate the darkest corners of your world and support you through whatever you set out to do. I think that was mentioned last night, when I responded. And the King of Vessels, it's the equivalent of the King of Cups that was previously reversed with the King of Pentacles. This was in reverse with the King of Pentacles. Restoration of balance. Let's see. Meaning, greeting the dawn, often alone, the Huron is reputed to be gifted with psychic perception and reflection. The guardian of many esoteric secrets, it is said to stand at the gateway between life and death and act as a mediator on a soul's journey to the Celtic otherworld and reincarnation. A deep belief in fairness, honesty, and honor colors everything you do. The profound depths of your character, once stirred into action, carry all before it. However, your admiration of self-control can sometimes make you appear too rigid. Exercising diplomacy. Keeping a broad-minded perspective, promoting equality, offering support as a sponsor or godparent. Here we go. An exhibition, art show, or creative display. And it's reflective of the love card. Where is tolerance needed? Who is depending upon your support? What is your loving duty here? So, if you haven't met someone yet, you may. And this will be potentially a very, very important person in your life. Regardless of the nature of the relationship, this will be a very, very important person in your life with a lot of growth potential. And I don't even know if there's really an oracle that will come out for you, because Wildroot kind of did that. So we'll see. I feel that the breakthroughs that are coming, manifestation of abundance, and please stay connected with yourself. Don't get lost in it. You've come a long way out of that stagnant energy. Oops. I think that's what the vanity message was about. Make sure you stay grounded and connected to you. Always. Because you are the most important thing there is. Balance will be restored. I'm not even sure I need to read this one. These are fairly short. 33. 33. A number of stability and growth. Maturation and development. Okay. That probably was a King of Cups and reversed and Pentacles. The life of our soul is infinite. While aspects of the self are never truly lost, they can separate through times of trauma, grief, separation, loss, or refusing to deal with an issue. The psyche's self-preservation causes this illusionary disconnection as it chooses to distance itself from the situation in question, which could definitely be that outward focus. These fragments merely in place are merely in places our consciousness has chosen to forget to spare the emotional turmoil from an intense emotional experience. That would definitely be that King of Pentacles to the King of Cups reversed. Recalling these fragments with love, healing, and understanding allows the soul to continue moving forward without the individual feeling stuck in the past or unable to get over an issue or event. That sorrow and laziness. So this is just sort of confirming. Empowering and liberating, retrieval is recommended if you feel you are missing parts of yourself. Although sometimes challenging to find conscious thought, and skillful self-awareness is all that is required to recall a soul fragment back to its host. Seek a professional guide if you feel more comfortable. Currently, you may be feeling incomplete, not like yourself, physically flat with no motivation, lacking joy in your life, or even that you are unable to move forward in life. I feel like that's past for you, or you're at the tail end of it. That was that sadness and laziness, depression, basically, is what they're talking about. And then this slowing down has offered this space to do exactly as this has suggested. So this is just affirming that the reading pulled everything correctly. Right now your soul needs to reclaim part of its missing memory. Past trauma that is being held within you is crying out to be healed. Through recollection, you will be able to see the truth in the situation for what it is. Be careful, you are entering a period in which you will be challenged emotionally. Build your resilience and remain objective. That is probably this right here. So it was a big transition. Big transition, cups, Five of Pentacles. And after that was I think it was the Three of Wands. I've lost track now. Might have been that Temperance reversed. And the Two of Wands, then Impatience. It was... yeah, it was the Temperance reversed. And the Three of Wands. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Fear-based experiences need to be addressed now. Past life regression could be beneficial. I don't think so. Deep sea of fears or subconscious patterns in previously controlled areas of your life. Reclaim your power. Letting go. And it's going to be a big transition for you. Letting go of the rest of whatever it is that keeps you in that Pentacles energy. And maybe a little bit blocking your manifestation ability. And maybe some more of the bumps in the road that I saw for you. So I do feel like there's still some healing, some work, some getting into the emotions, possibly some hesitancy to do that. But we all have that. We all have situations, experiences in our lives. It's not unusual that are painful or difficult, challenging, that we don't really want to get deep into because, you know, just, dude, it sucks. You know, we all have that. That is not anything unusual. It is not anything uncommon. And most of us do try to find a way to avoid it, you know, because it's just not a fun time to get in there and feel stuff that you think you let go of and then realize, oh, maybe I didn't. But it does seem like there's still some of that releasing. This is a good time for it. Mercury is in retrograde. I don't give a lot of stock to most retrogrades, but Mercury, Iron, Sun, you know, and it's neighbor walking by. You know, iron, gravity, magnets, electricity. Put a magnet against your monitor, see what happens. It's kind of the same thing. So, yeah, you definitely have a lot of growth going on, and you definitely have that manifestation ability down. But just like everyone else on the face of the planet, a little bit more inner work. It's kind of never ending. I mean, life happens, and then we just kind of have to deal with it as it shows up, and some things are a little more difficult than others. So I hope this is helpful and helps you move through wherever you are. And cheers. Thanks for stopping by. It was a long reading, Justin. And I look forward to seeing you around on Love or Fear, the work. Take care.